I'm Donnie Ray, and this is the PRIV Talks podcast. Join me and my team as we pull back the curtain on work, life, family, friendship, leadership, entrepreneurship, and everything in between. We hope these conversations will inspire you, make you feel connected, and bring you a laugh. Welcome back. Hey, Katie, Karen, Zai.
Hi.
Hi.
All the PRIV babes. What's up?
Happy Friday.
Happy
Valentine's
Day.
Right?
Oh, and Valentine's Day.
Oh, you sound so happy about
It's
that,
a long
Zai.
weekend. That's what I'm excited about.
Don't you love your job?
I love my job. I also love recharging from my job. So I can come back and kick ass again.
Okay, it's Valentine's Day for us, but it's not for our listeners because this is going out on Tuesday. So I'm sorry, guys. I hope you guys are actually just enjoyed your Valentine's Day. We're going to do like a fun Q&A relationship-ish type podcast.
Sounds exactly
Should that be the actual title?
relationship-ish.
And then
I'm going to try to not say like 1,000 times on this podcast as well.
Right?
'Cause I've
Every
been
time Donnie
listening.
says like, drink.
Okay.
Unless you're driving, then don't do that.
Okay. Katie, what was your boss or bust?
I'm going to take a boss this week. This is the first podcast we've actually recorded since we've started editing them. And as Donnie likes to just throw her employees into a role sometimes.
You're the one who said inappropriate things on the last podcast that had to get edited out.
But yeah, it's been a learning experience for sure. Lots of YouTube tutorials, but I feel pretty proud of myself that I just like tackled it and figured out how to edit a podcast. And
Katie's our in-house editor.
Yeah, you are. You're the head of editing.
there was a lot of troubleshooting and a lot of stress, but
Also, we apologize for any of the bad sound on the last couple podcasts.
yes, I mean, it's not perfect, but they're up there.
And you got me the clips, even without that
Oh, that
sound.
metronome.
What was the metronome? It was a metronome?
Yeah, I just had to turn it off. There's a click of a button.
I was like, it kind of sounds like music. I'll roll with it.
But yeah, I'd say it's a pretty bossy moment for me.
That color pink looks really good on you, Katie.
Thank you. It's the Dusty Rose in the closer long sleeve, and I love it. It's perfect for Valentine's Day.
Aw, I'm wearing all black, like the color of my heart.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Karen,
Karen, what's your boss or bust?
I'm going to take a boss. So my daughter decided to make all of her own Valentines because drew the cards for all these inspirational, nice things for people, and asked me last night when she had done 11 of 30 to wake up with her at 6 a.m. and finish them. And I did.
You know what? I commend her commitment to this. That's so sweet that that's her
Yeah.
love language.
She wrote there's a boy in her class she doesn't like, and he's kind of like, I think maybe he has a crush on her, but he throws garbage on her desk. I don't know. She doesn't like him. And the first letter of his name is R, and she even wrote radical. She gave him nice.
Made an acronym of his name.
She did it for everybody. And some people had long names.
So she wrote, you were telling me that she wrote customized cards,
Yeah.
you are so, and then filled in the blank.
Yeah, you are so smart. You are such a great gymnast. You are so great at taekwondo. You are so kind. You are so blah, blah, blah. Every single person got this customized card with an acronym on the inside. She asked them all she had this spreadsheet because she asked them all their favorite color and their favorite animal. So the card was done in their favorite color, and then she drew the animal and pasted it on the front.
So are you going to hire her just right out of elementary school to work for you?
I've already I already want to hire her.
Just get her engaging on social media.
Yeah, but normally I would be talk her into doing the crap. I bought backups, and I would talk her into it. But this morning I was like, no, I'm going to do this. So we woke up, and I was in charge of writing out the front of the cards, but she had to tell me what to say.
Can I interject for a second? This immunity elixir you guys gave me is pungent.
It's so good, right?
It's burning the crap out of my throat. It's the lemon, ginger, honey immune elixir.
It
from
tastes like
Freshie.
just straight lemon juice. I love it.
Dear Freshie, please contact us for
About-
sponsorship.
So we don't have to skip the dishes every day at
Every
10
day.
a.m.
Yeah.
Zai-
He's a rescue, but I don't know.
Maybe you look like
I
the person.
tried not to take it personally.
You need to keep putting in the work, I
know.
think.
I know.
This dog does also chew through mascara and other such items,
Yes.
right? So it might just need a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I commend people who get rescue dogs because I don't think that I would like that's a lot. I had a hard time training a purchased dog that wasn't damaged from a previous situation. And the fact that they have like trust issues and they're abused a lot of the time, that would be a lot to undo.
Yeah, it's true. It's just he seems to like everyone else.
Oh,
but
man.
Me. Maybe it was my tracksuit or something. I don't know. I'll try a different outfit
I think
next
it might
time.
have been the tracksuit.
Explain this tracksuit in detail.
Well, I wouldn't say anything bad about it because I love it.
Is that what you do on your days off? You just like wear tracksuits at home?
Is it the one from
So
here
it
that you
might
wear
be
with the jean
one
jacket?
From here.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's our tracksuit. So
Okay.
if you want to purchase it, just click the link in the comments.
Just make sure you don't go near any golden retrievers.
Yeah, and don't let dogs see you because they might dislike you. So bust.
What tracksuit is
It's
this?
the Xanarobe tracksuit and
Oh.
the waffle rugger.
Okay, I love waffle. So
Just-
waffle in a tracksuit is a win.
Just
For some
DM
reason,
me.
I was like envisioning you in like the pink juicy tracksuit. I'm like,
No. It might be gay, but not.
I mean, but Axel would. wear the-
Axel would. I'm the balance.
well, I'm sorry that you didn't end up getting the
I didn't even
golden.
get to touch it.
That is really
I was
upsetting.
choked.
Are you kind of mad at the dog?
I'm trying to not be, but I'm a little upset. with
Imagine you
him.
had a kid and the kid didn't like you, and then that was just it.
Well, then it would just be mutual. So
Ah.
kidding.
Ooh.
I hope Axel doesn't listen to this.
Yeah.
We keep trying to like talk Zai into the beautiful things about having kids, and he's cringing at most of
I
my
just-
comments.
Like a kid to me should be like a credit card with a rewards program. Like I want to get something back for my effort, you know? So that's how I feel about,
There's definitely no rewards
I'm gonna
program.
Google kid rewards program. I'm
Imagine
waiting
there
for it.
was a rewards program with kids, but you'd have to like hold the credit card for 25 years in order to get the reward.
How many points would I have got for waking up at 6 to do these cards this morning?
2.
0.
Oh, not in the rewards program?
Yeah, you would be compounded
Right.
point system, so you would get them in 30 years.
Right.
No one would sign up for the credit card.
No.
Nobody.
Maybe it's like a second tier credit card.
It's
around
a
with that one.
desperate. It's for people who can't get credit cards.
It's like
I
a
think.
prepaid MasterCard.
It's
Yeah.
it's a prepaid Mastercard. That's exactly what it is.
And the
Beautiful.
interest rate is 475.
Exactly. Oh my god. Okay. Well, my boss or bust. I'm gonna take a boss, and it's just kind of surface, but I was so ready for Valentine's Day today. Like I had bought a waffle maker to make my kids waffles. I had like cute little Valentine's Day gifts for them. Did you guys not do that for your
Nothing.
kids?
I did nothing this
Nope.
morning.
Okay, I had like cute little Valentine's Day gifts, like special ones for each of them with these like little cards that
Susie Homemaker.
I figured it out, and I even got Ev a little gift and a card.
What did you get, Ev?
Yeah.
I just got him some little things like beard oil.
Oh, that's
And
so
like he wanted some face products, so I got him some new face products, and he likes milk chocolate, so I went to this like really nice chocolate store and got him some chocolate. And then I found like a really cool card that I thought really fit.
Well, now Axel really
suitable.
can't listen to this because what did I do this morning?
But I'm not a good gift giver. That is not my love language. So I was really impressed with myself. And I feel like that's what gift giving it shouldn't be about what you're receiving or anything like that. It should just be about, like I actually wanted to give gifts on this day, and so I did it. And it feels good.
That's
I'm a
nice.
boss.
Nice.
I wrote Tristan's classmates cards myself this morning, and he was like, do I have to give them out? And I was like,
Were
Yep.
they signed like Love
he's in
Tristan's
grade
mom,
5.
or-
He's kind of cool. I don't know. They do it still, but I don't know they want to.
I feel like Tristan would have a hard time giving a card he didn't mentally agree with.
That's
He'd
right.
be like, I don't really feel this way about this person, so I don't want to give it to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it says, like, you're my Valentine. He's like, but they're not my Valentine. And I'm like, just take the card.
I kind of vibe with him on that one.
Yeah. He lost and took the cards.
Yeah, that's good. It's a conforming to society in a way, But
Yeah. I bribed him.
so Elias's class, he's in grade 4, and he said that half the class did them and half didn't. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of sad. Like, is this the last year? Like grade 5s and 6s like don't really
Yeah, that's
do
pretty
them.
much the
That's
age.
kind of it. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. It's like the end of a legacy here. He came home. He's like, yeah, he'd given them because obviously I had done them. And he's like, yeah, not really. Like, basically the girls did them, but the boys did not. Like, one other boy and him did. So
Yep.
it's kind of sad.
It is sad.
But
I
I'm
forced
just-
my kid.
Remember when you used to get those like candygrams in high school? I mean, I never got one, but other people, they'd come into the class. I never got called.
Okay, what?
You would like pay, it'd be like a fundraiser for certain clubs, and you would like pay whatever the price is, and then the seniors would go around and come into the classroom and be like, so and so got a candygram, and they like hand it to the person and announce it in front of the whole class.
And like, who would do it for you, kind of thing?
Like your boyfriend
it would
or your
be
friend?
your secret
Boyfriend.
admirer.
Have you
Oh.
seen
Or
Mean
boyfriend.
Girls?
But you wouldn't know.
I
who
never
was.
got one.
I also obviously never got one either.
Have you seen Mean Girls?
Yes.
Remember they do it with the flowers.
Right. Actually, like, that was so long ago. I can't even really remember Mean Girls.
Oh, I've watched it with my kids since. I grew up in Squamish. We didn't do anything like that.
And it's kind of silly, like the whole Valentine's Day thing, period. But I don't know, for like little kids. Emerson was just like so excited to bring home all of his Valentines.
That's sweet.
Yeah, Kevin made sure to ask me. He's like, so where do you stand on Valentine's Day? Like, first Valentine's Day, don't really want to fuck this one up. But I was like, honestly, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Like, I think it's a cute date, like a reason to like do something, but it doesn't have to be extravagant. You can tell he's totally not on board. Like, he professes his love for me all the time. He doesn't need like a certain day to do it. But he actually came home from Costco on this past Sunday with like 24 roses. So I was like, that's kind of cute.
That's so cute.
And he's kind of the guy that doesn't want to be told what to do, right?
That's right.
That's Ev's thing
Yeah,
about
which I
Valentine's
totally
Day as
agree
well.
with.
He's a great gift giver. Like, that's his love language, and he'll do that for no reason here and there. But it's the conformity to society told me to do it. So that's why I was surprised that I even did take part in Valentine's Day this year. And then Ev's like, oh, I have something for you. I'm like, please, if you do, great. But if you don't, like, do not go get something, because I actually don't give a crap about Valentine's Day. We don't do anything for Valentine's Day like 90%
Neither do
of the
we.
time.
Yeah.
It's silly. You go for dinner. It's like a set menu. The restaurants are set up like a cafeteria because it's tables of two. It's just a weird experience. I'm not into it. in
We're
general.
doing tonight. We're dropping our kids off at this babysitting thing at the cheer gym, and then we're going home and cooking dinner and just having 4 hours of like silence in our house eating dinner.
Yeah, I'm going to the Langley Giants game
With our family.
with our whole family.
Aww.
Emerson's playing in the intermission.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, let me just check my phone for the invite that I didn't get.
Hey, I got tickets for you if you want to come. You want to cancel your Valentine's Day plan and come to the Giants game?
No, I
Ryan's
forgot
gonna
I'm
be-
busy.
Ryan's going to be so happy. Babe, I made plans.
If he was hanging out with your family, he wouldn't care. He'd be like, is Judy going to be there? Okay. Your mom always says such like, your mom will have a couple drinks and then say to Ryan, like, you're just such a good man. And he's like, oh, like she builds him up more than I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't wait to talk about my weekly obsession because I am
I know you've been waiting for me to
obsessed.
ask you.
So Kevin and I went last week. We went on Thursdays at the Fort Pub in Fort Langley. If you're close to that location, they do music bingo every Thursday from like 7 till 10. And I think music bingo is the wrong name. They should just call it like Name That Tune.
Yeah.
Right? It's so fun. We went again last night, so 2 weeks in a row. You could say it's a thing. We had a table last night of like 10 people, and halfway through, everyone's like singing out the song. Our whole table was so loud. We were chanting the songs. The whole restaurant was like, that table over there is having the time of their life.
I've heard about this Thursday night at the Fort Pub, and it's something I can't wait to take part in as soon as my life allows me to.
You don't
It
have
was
to
really
drink.
fun. Yeah, you don't have to.
That's true.
I mean, I did, but
That's like, why do I feel like that sometimes?
Because you have 3 kids.
yeah, my life is just,
I don't think it's the not drinking. I think your life is just chaotic.
it's just full.
It's full.
yeah, it's very full.
That's another word to describe
It was fun though. It was more fun when like our friends didn't get any songs on their cards. That was like the best.
Really?
Yeah, like we would all have like 10 bingo dabs because they give you the bingo dabbers. And like average age when I walked in was like,
It was Silver City.
it was for sure silver flood everywhere, which made it better. I was like, I'm playing bingo with the old people. It's so awesome. But
I
everyone
wanna be
got 2
doing that
cards
when
except
I'm
for
old.
me. You guys got 2 cards, Katie and Kevin. I was like, I'm not gonna
Okay,
say
I'm
it.
coming next week. Okay. Are you guys
Yeah.
going next week?
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yeah,
this
for
sounds
sure.
like so much fun.
Every
was really
Thursday.
fun.
And not only that, they have the best wonton soup ever.
I'm going to invite all my neighbors.
Yeah.
You should.
make a reservation for sure, though, because it is super busy.
We should just
That's
make a
fun.
reservation for 30 because by the time we roll around, that's how many people are going to be
Should we
there.
just have a podcast meetup at the Fort Pub on Thursday?
Yeah, we
Yes.
should.
Oh, look, Ev's calling me during a podcast. I'm shocked.
Hey, Ev, don't call me.
We should just put him on the air. Answer it on speakerphone.
Tell everybody why you love me.
Nobody will even understand because he mumbles. So
Okay, Karen, what's your current obsession?
Is it still allowed to be Schitt's Creek?
are you still binging that?
I'm started watching the new season now because it's on TV, but I actually like went down a rabbit hole. I think I might have a bit of a crush on Dan Levy because I went down like this.
Ugh.
No, not the old guy, his son.
Oh, thank God. We aren't friends anymore.
No, but his son, like, okay, on the show, he's so smart and actually like. How many times have I said like there? But the relationship between him and his boyfriend is so organic. They don't make it a thing. It's like he just has a boyfriend, which I think is, I don't know, awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's normalizing.
It's just so, yeah. And anyway, so I went down this like rabbit hole one night, watched an hour and a half of YouTube videos of him doing interviews.
What?
I know I have a problem. Anyways, just go watch the show. It's so good.
Okay, I had a couple listeners reach out to me personally and tell me you need to watch this show. And then it keeps showing up on my feed now. I think I'm aware of it, but it is a thing. I thought when you said it that nobody watched that show.
It's in its 6th season, but it only got big when it went to Netflix. So like last year. This is going to be the final season though, season 6. Anyways,
I love it when there's like 6 seasons and I haven't
Yes.
seen a single thing. So
Oh, yeah.
I know I could do a deep dive and I have so much content.
and the episodes are 20 minutes.
Oh, I can do that.
That's a perfect show for you.
Yeah, you could bang out 3
My
episodes.
attention span's about 3 to 4.
And it,
That's
perfect.
a 12 season for you.
It's just the little clips. Anyways, I'm still obsessed with it.
Okay, Zai, what's
And
your...
you're low-key getting a check from them every time you bring it up on the air. So.
I mean, I hope
They send her a
I
check
hope
for
they're
$3.
listening, and I hope they want to be my best friend. Yeah.
Well, I have a pretty simple life. I don't do too much. So can my current obsession be something that's like personal to me? Does it have
Yes.
to? Okay. So
There's no rules here.
Axel and I moved at the beginning of the month to a much bigger place than we lived in. So he had a little coach house and I moved here from Vancouver. So we were living there. It's pretty cramped up. And then we moved to a much bigger place. And I'm pretty obsessed with the fact that we have a hallway to walk down in our house
And
now.
a man cave.
And a man cave. There's space to exist.
That's so nice.
And I never
And space
thought-
to be apart.
Exactly. A door to slam, if
You
you will.
need a door to slam.
You do. Now we have like 6 doors that we can slam, which
So
is
if you're
great.
really mad,
Oh, I haven't.
I feel like
slammed a door in
Axel
a
would be the
while.
door
Yeah.
slammer.
Me neither,
It's like
actually.
the Motorola Razr of doors. You can just
Yes.
slam them shut. Not that we're doing that. But anyway, having a hallway. Who knew? Such a simple thing could be such an obsessive thing to have.
How many times do you walk down it?
Oh my gosh. For no reason. I'll leave
Just
like an
catwalk.
extra sock back in the
In his
bedroom so I
tracksuit.
can go back to the bedroom to get the second sock.
I could only imagine Axel walking down that hallway.
doesn't-
Axel's like,
he
Zai,
doesn't-
put that tracksuit on. Do the catwalk down the hallway.
Axel doesn't walk anywhere. He like
Struts.
Thank you. Yes. That's what he does.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
His
So that's
tracksuit.
my obsession. It's a hallway.
It's like a bounce and a strut at the
Yeah.
same time.
Well, I
I
think
love
that's just like
Axel.
gravity and making, he's got,
Okay, I have 2 current obsessions this week, you guys. Thank you so much for asking me what my current obsession was. One is Lay's ketchup chips. I'm just
You can't get them in the U.S.?
no.
You can't get
You
ketchup
can't get
chips.
ketchup
You
chips
can't
in the
get them in the
United States
US.
of America. Mm-mm.
And honestly, like the pregnancy cravings have hit where I'm just like I can't control it at times, and it's like if I have those,
Can you crush a big bag?
I haven't really like had the honor of doing that because I always have company in my life. But I
Can
pulled
Ellie
out.
crush a
I went
big
on a
bag?
girls' trip this weekend, and the girls had all decided that they wanted to be healthy, and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, right. It's a girls' trip. Like, there's no way." So I took it under. I was like, "I'll be in charge of avocado toast." And then I'm secretly going to bring like 10 bags of chips because there's like 8 girls, come on. And they're all drinking. I'm not, but the chips were the first thing gone. And everybody was all over the ketchup chips. But they're so good. Like, how does the United States not have these yet?
My brother lives in Florida, and every time we go visit him, we have to bring like an extra suitcase of coffee crisps because they don't have them, and Smarties. Like, what? Because they don't have Smarties. Smarties to them are Rockets, and ketchup chips.
And are Rockets the same as Smarties?
No, Rockets are like the little candies. You know.
Oh.
They say like,
Yeah, they're
sometimes they have hearts on them and they say I love you, or they're like in little the Halloween ones.
Remember our sperm donor really liked them.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yes.
She's
Our
like,
dad.
wait, sperm donor. That's
So
a whole
many-
other podcast.
There's so many elements to that sentence she just said. I couldn't pick up the whole thing.
Yeah, so my brother makes us bring them.
Okay, so ketchup chips, and then my second is the show Pandemic, because I'm obsessed with the coronavirus right now, and I'm one of those
Shocker.
people that is like a doomsday.
Is it subtitles?
No, it's actually just I'm only on episode 1.
Is it dubbed over?
So obsessed with the show.
No, it's about this.
I'm thinking of Parasite. The one
I
that won
haven't
the
seen that
Oscars.
one, but I've heard about that, and that is on my list to
on my
watch
list,
next.
too.
No, Pandemic is just about this like doctor in New York who's trying to find, like, she is like a professional in like what to do when like there's an outbreak and how to deal with it.
Maybe she should help us right now.
Well, yeah, I think she's all over it, and I think there's quite a few countries that have this. Like, it's hard to, like, most people don't think in that realm. What if? But it's pretty scary. The risks of a pandemic, and what if you can't get a vaccine for like 12 months? Like, millions of people could die.
They're guessing by June at the earliest for coronavirus.
For what here?
For just
Well,
having a vaccine.
One of my girlfriends told me last night that 60% of the world is estimated to get it, and I was like, well, I haven't heard that stat. But that's
They
pretty
just
scary.
released it yesterday because
I would be shocked, but like
their screening method they were using wasn't correct, and so yesterday the number of people that actually had it shot up by like tens of thousands.
It's actually, and you don't know what to believe either with propaganda and with today's social media. News is spread so much, the telephone game basically. So there's people that are now saying that it's totally under wraps and China hasn't released the real death toll, and it's really like 1 million already, and that there's just already mass deaths and we don't know about it. And it does like kind of make sense in a way. Like, you see the way they're treating it. Are they just really on top of it where they're trying to contain it? Or is it way worse than we even know?
Well, all the countries around them have closed their borders, right? So like you can't
I kind of didn't get why we didn't do it sooner.
go anywhere. But like one of my clients, they have schools in Asia and they're shut down. Like no one's, that's in Shanghai and Beijing, and all the kids are doing e-learning. No one's in the schools.
I heard something about Britain doing the same thing. But
I don't know.
might
They don't have that many cases though.
No, then
They
that
have,
must
like,
have been
us.
wrong. That must have been just China.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like there's no, and you're already in China, like under the communist government, not allowed to do a lot of things. So they said like they're like soldering doors closed. Did you see that? Again, I saw it on Twitter.
I
don't know.
did see something about
It's
bracing
Twitter.
doors from the outside.
From the
so you
outside,
can't
so people
leave.
can't leave because there's someone inside that's like,
Yeah.
got it. Oh, did you see them with the animals?
I did not.
Don't go on Twitter.
I know Twitter is actually the demise.
That's where
of
I
it.
go to get all my
Me
try
too.
to get the information and like dig through. And again, I don't know what's
Which
real.
is
and
pretty
what's not.
amazing that we have so much information at our fingertips with like the search of a hashtag, and it's literally like from 1 minute ago. So it's like fresh information. It's just what's real, what's not. We don't know.
I have an important question about this. The emoji keyboard has that green virus-looking thing. Has it always been there, or is that new?
the mask guy.
It's like no, it's
no,
like a
it
green.
looks like
like
a
a
little
vom-
germ, basically.
Oh,
I've used it
or
more
a
than I'd like
bacteria.
to admit.
What?
You haven't?
Yeah,
Is this new though? Because I've never seen it before.
that's a great question.
That's actually really funny. If they're
not
like,
an emoji I use.
we have a global pandemic. We
We're gonna
need
put a
to
little
update the
germ."
emojis.
Thank you, Apple.
Hold on. Yeah, it's in my most frequently used. This one.
Most frequently used.
My son was sick.
That looks like a virus.
That's what it is. But is it new? Have you ever seen this before?
I've never seen
No.
it before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, am I the only one kind of freaking out about the coronavirus, or are you guys sharing any of this?
I feel like we also live in a first world country with amazing Like they're trained for things like this, and they have been trained for a long time. So I'm not as concerned as I would be. I'm more concerned for the third world countries.
Of course.
Like it could wipe out a whole.
Yeah.
Like what if it gets to Ethiopia?
Of course.
What happens? That's what I'm more concerned about.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't think I'm concerned about like where we live, but definitely a higher risk of travel right now. Like I'm more conscious about where I travel and do I need to take a plane there? Do I not? Like
I don't wanna
the
go on a plane.
public transit a little bit, like out of the country.
Important to note, though, that it's something like a 2% mortality rate. So you're more likely to perish from your regular seasonal cold or flu. It's just that it's new, so it has the potential to infect a lot of immunocompromised people, young or old people. But it's kind of like any other virus out there that we get seasonally. It's just that it's brand new. It's fresh.
And because it's so contagious, right? Like usually with the flu, you get the flu, but this one is, because it's respiratory, develops in pneumonia so fast. And I think that's why you're seeing the high death toll in a concentrated area. And that's where, like, I look at the facts too and see, yes, people die of the flu. But when you look at the per capita, the amount of people that are passing away. But again, most of them do have diabetes or have
Cancer. Like if they've done chemotherapy, they're immune suppressed, so they're not able to fight.
That's right.
So
So
essentially-
my parents both have diabetes. So if for any reason it does become a problem here, I would just be like, don't travel.
Just stay home.
Just stay home until they have a vaccine or whatever, and then
So should we have like a doomsday pantry of like water and
I think
mimosas.
Stock
Ketchup
up the
chips.
wine cabinet.
We need ketchup chips, Smarties, mimosas.
All
We'll
the
get
important
scurvy, but
things.
we'll have fun.
what if I can't go to Costco? What if Costco doesn't have anything when I get there?
It would, for sure.
Anyways, I'm glad we talked about that.
Yeah.
Now we need to talk about Justin Bieber's mustache.
Donnie likes it.
I don't know if I hate it.
I feel like he's almost like a young Kid Rock. Like he looks dirty.
He does look
He's like a
dirty.
bit
Looks
grubby.
dirty.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bad boy.
I'm
thing.
not completely opposed.
Yeah,
I
like
want to
there's-
trim it with
but
some scissors.
There's something about it that's kind of
It's scraggly.
intriguing, though.
I don't know.
It's like the pendulum swung the complete opposite direction for a little bit.
I mean, he does wear still like some interesting style choices, but at least he owns his style choices, so I can give him that. But I don't know. I saw the mustache. He was on a show. I can't remember what show it was. And I saw it live. And while he was talking, it just needed some scissors. It needed some trimming.
It's almost like he's like, I am a businessman now.
No, I am a. My name is
am
Paul.
a businessman.
I was
Look
a
at
child.
my mustache.
I was a child star. Now I am an adult.
I am married.
What a better way to present yourself than to just grow a mustache.
Maybe like a soul patch while he finds himself.
It's kind of hipster.
Oh, is there anything worse than a soul patch? Just one soul patch?
I don't think there's anything worse than that. Actually, that's probably the worst thing.
I think Zai described it best.
Yeah, so he looks kind of like, I think, like your drywaller or cheap painter who gets the money from you and then takes off and you can't reach him ever again. That's kind of the vibe.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I also can't disagree with that, which is more concerning to the fact that I still find it intriguing.
What a Canadian treasure he is. I do like his music. I do.
I like him and Haley. Like, there's something about him and his, like, even his like troubles have been like in the forefront of the media. I just like something I like about.
I like that
Justin.
he's really owned about like anxiety and depression and moving through those things. Like, and I think it's really funny that for someone that doesn't release an album for 3 years, he just collaborates with someone and has like number one hit, number one hit, number one hit, number one hit. So I totally dig him. I'll be at the concert with my kid. Hopefully he won't have a mustache.
Hopefully not behind the stage.
Listen, it
I have
was
a
one
feeling-
time.
One time Karen's like, don't worry, I'll buy us tickets to go to the Jonas Brothers. It's going to be awesome. Our seats were literally behind, not backstage passes, but like behind the stage seat.
I would.
The girls are like, what are we doing here? Do we even have tickets? So then we tried to like sneak them into other seats, and then the people came.
Why did they even sell those seats?
It shouldn't have been open.
It should. Okay, so every concert they did around, they had like a round stage. So they sold out actually the whole arena. So when they came to Vancouver, for some reason,
You
they
should have asked for your money back.
should have, but I'm purchasing Backstreet Boys tickets today at noon for everyone. And I would like
right.
to say that hopefully Katie will be here to guide me through the process.
Do not. Best seats available does not always mean best seat.
Yes.
That's why I don't like being in charge of planning, because then you're at the forefront of like the brunt when something goes wrong.
I mean, I almost got left because Kiana and I ended up in these seats, and Kiana loves the Jonas Brothers. So she's like waiting for them to sing Sucker, and we're dancing. We have this really great time. And they had left, and they were all in the limo, and my phone was dead.
I went back and found her.
She went back. Katie
That's a
saved
good
me.
friend.
Yeah.
Everyone, though, was like, let's just go. They're fine. I'm like, Karen usually loses her wallet, A. B, her phone's dead. Like, we are not leaving this soul
Oh, no, I
right
don't lose
now.
my wallet, just my bank card. And then I tap everything for 3 months.
Yeah, and you're not one to talk about losing wallets this week, are you?
Well, that's one time.
Your skin is really glowing today.
Thank you.
What do you?
Probably the raging estrogen in my body right now. Having serious hormonal issues this past month, and I'm actually having a hot flash right now. And I'm about to take my shirt off.
That's
Come
my
on
cue to
into
exit
PRIV
the
for
podcast.
estrogen shots.
I am so hot.
Zydeco runs away.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the Valentine's Day edition. Katie, you said you had some quick.
I got 3 quick Valentine's Day pop quiz questions for y'all.
Oh God, here we go.
Hopefully I can pronounce it right. Who was the legendary Benedictine?
I have no idea what that word means.
I know the answer.
Monk who invented champagne.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask the guy that married the people. Who was he?
Yeah, that invented champagne.
The monk that invented champagne.
Once I say it, you guys are going to be like, oh.
Was his name
Dom.
Monsieur Francais Champagne? Was it Dom Perignon?
Yes, it was.
I stole that answer from Bonnie. You get the point.
Okay, I knew it.
Which was Shakespeare's most romantic play?
Shakespeare in Love.
No.
Is that a movie?
Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding,
Is that
Donnie.
even a question? That's like a universal fact.
Who led the Chicago gangsters behind the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in 1929?
Okay, now we need to talk about why we have Valentine's Day, because I don't even know that story.
Okay, what?
Who led the Chicago gangsters behind the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in 1929?
The police.
Al Capone.
Oh.
No, wasn't there like dirty cops in Chicago back in those days? It was like actually really
Oh, yeah, it
well
was
known.
sketchy.
Yeah.
Was that like when there was prohibition and you couldn't drink?
Yeah.
Al Capone. Yeah. You weren't allowed to drink, but then they did anyway.
Okay, why do we have Valentine's Day? What's this like?
Oh, it was like St. Valentine back in the day. He
would marry people
And
when
he-
they weren't allowed to get married.
yeah.
So he would take them out and marry them. So we
Yeah.
celebrate. And then they beheaded him on February 14th, which is why we celebrate
Why
Valentine's
couldn't
Day.
they get married?
Because it was something to do with the Romans and the church and the something. And I don't know.
Yeah. Way
Anyways, but today is the day they beheaded him. So we celebrate him.
So is it like a wake?
No, because he
Are we getting
He
wasted?
believed in love.
was like, listen, love is love, fuckers. Okay? And
Yeah,
then
we believe that more than ever now today.
yeah. And then they were like, no, and they beheaded him, so we celebrate him.
I'm glad someone knew that, because I had no idea, and my kids asked me yesterday why we do Valentine's
What
Day,
did
and
you
I did
say?
I said, let's research it and find out, because I don't know.
St. Valentine.
Well, no.
I'm
No, we
sorry.
all know.
It's not sad. He did good things. So we
No,
celebrate.
it's actually quite
we celebrate
revolutionary.
his life on the day that he died.
I thought it was about chocolate.
I mean, maybe they ate chocolates at his wake. I don't know.
And $8 greeting cards.
And Saint Hallmark was his wife.
Okay, I want to know the acceptable lies we tell our spouses.
Man.
Let's talk about those for a second.
Are they really lies or just like fibber foxes?
Fibber Fox. They're good. They're good white lies.
I don't know. I feel like I'm such a bad liar. I know that there are like white lies with spouses, but I feel like you can see right through my lies.
Oh yeah, I for sure have to tell the lie like on the phone. Like, hey, did you go? Good morning. Hi.
Yeah, I can
Did
only
you go
phone
to-
lie too.
Did you go to the gym this morning? Yeah, just hop in the shower. It was a great workout. When I really slept for an extra hour and a half. They can't see my face. There's no way I could ever lie to Kevin.
Or like Katie and I have a business meeting.
Yes.
And it's really important. And then it's actually happy hour.
I'm shocked, Karen. I'm shocked.
And Ryan will be like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, I gotta go. It's really busy. Bye. And then I get home and I can tell he looks at my eyes.
And you're
He's like,
2 sheets to the wind.
oh, no, if I'm meeting you and it's a business meeting, I never
She's
get
probably
2
45
sheets.
sheets to the wind at that point.
Yeah, that's only when I come to your house on Tuesdays.
What's the quantity of a sheet?
Like the amount my eyes close, I think.
Depends how much you eat that day.
Why do we say 3 sheets to the wind?
Someone needs to Google this.
I don't know.
Because like that, I use it all the time. But Katie and I always say like, "Oh, I was like 45 sheets last night."
I burned all the sheets last night.
Look at the color of my
Actually,
mimosa
in my
speaking.
backyard.
My mimosa looks like pineapple juice.
I'm not trying to think of lies, like little white lies, and I don't.
I think of it more as peacekeeping. It's like, even if you know that your partner is just wrong, whether it's like how to cook something, a fact that you know better, it's about just biting your tongue and shutting up and letting them feel in that moment that they are right, so that you can have dinner without hating each other for 30 minutes before you binge watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Who could say it more delicately than that?
This is funny. So, first of all, it says the phrase 3 sheets to the wind derives from the nautical terminology and describes a degree of drunkenness. The worst case scenario for someone who is 3 sheets to the wind is becoming unconscious and possibly experiencing alcohol poisoning.
So 45 sheets is
The
like...
phrase 3 sheets to the wind is used to describe extreme intoxication. And then it goes on to describe that a ship that has 3 jibs sheeted to the wind would be sitting sideways to the wind and waves in hurricane conditions, causing it to roll wildly from side to side and in constant danger of rolling over with each wave. Hence, a total inebriated person is out of control and in danger of crashing just like a ship 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh my God! If that was the most informative podcast we've ever had, I don't know what is.
I feel like we should title it now 3 sheets to the wind.
I will now describe myself as being 1 or 2 sheets to the wind.
How many sheets are you? I think I'm just 1. I'm okay.
If I'm 3 sheets to the wind, I can't even tell you.
No, Katie, it is a scale between like 3 and 85, and that's how we describe drunkenness.
So you have a fleet, basically.
I literally get 3 sheets and I light my sheets on fire.
How many sheets are you when you're rolling around in a jean skirt on the grass in the middle of the summer?
Yeah.
Peeing your pants.
We were not going to say it. Katie doesn't like porta potties, so she held it all of Gone Country. And then
I love this
she
story.
till she didn't hold it. You need to tell the whole story.
So she was 3 sheets precisely,
Yeah.
but we thought she was about 50.
Yes.
It wasn't the fact that like I just peed my pants. I had to go pee and then something happened and I started laughing and I laughed so hard. A lot of women out there pee their pants a little bit
You've had a baby.
when you laugh really hard, but I had to go pee so bad it was uncontrollable.
And so you just let it go.
In front of.
Your new date.
What?
In front of who?
In front of who?
Who did you pee your pants in front of?
My future husband.
And then where did
But
you
he
go?
still chose you.
She's like, stop it. That's enough of this story.
That's such a good story.
3
an
sheets, though. I'm glad
accident.
we know. I'm glad we have now.
I mean, I was wearing a skirt. I almost peed right on the grass.
Okay, so Zai brought up picking battles, and that's when lies are appropriate.
Don't quote me on that.
I actually
I'm
think
not
that might be the,
condoning. I'm just
I
saying.
think that might be the quote of the podcast, actually. How do you choose what battles you fight and what battles you let slide?
It depends on if Ryan Miller's giving me the Ryan Miller eyes. So he gives these like really wide eyes when he like is mad or irritated. And if those eyes are out, then I generally don't pick the battle. But the only time I pick a battle is if it's about the kids. I feel like other than that, I kind of like, it's not worth it.
I feel like I'm right most of the time, and it's hard to not pick a battle.
I know that I'm right, and then I just let it go, and then I tell somebody else, like Katie, who tells me I'm right, and then I feel better.
It's a great exercise in like thinking before you react, because if you weigh out the scenarios on both ends, whether you just hold your tongue or you decide to pitch your flag on this hill and die on it, you know, it kind of
Literally
clarifies the answer before you open your mouth. So just think a step ahead if you're going to do it, and just make sure it's worth, you know, the inevitable suffering of picking a battle. I have a great relationship, though. Honestly, if it's not coming across that way, I'm very happy.
The inevitable hill that you die on.
and the inevitable suffering of picking a battle.
You know what I was just envisioning? Myself dying on every hill I've ever argued. Like, I dig in and I do not give up.
Does Ev dig in?
No, on none. So I think I
He's
just
like
win.
the silent threat.
Yeah, if he did, I would immediately surrender, because that would be like, whoa, he is definitely probably right, because he doesn't really ever die on a hill for things.
Right.
So I would definitely let him win that battle. But I think for the most part, like, I had to lay on a hill this week, and I just said it how it was, slammed the shower door, and I said, don't ever say that again. End of story.
But see, sometimes it's appropriate to pick your battles.
Yeah, you definitely have that battle where you know that you have to pick it, no matter what the consequences or the repercussions.
I might add that he was in the shower, and I was actually like going to the shower to say my point.
So you opened the door and then slammed it.
I will source out. I will source out the battle.
I love that.
He's like over it in the shower, and you're like, furthermore.
Ev is over it before it starts. Like, he is not a fighter. Like, he doesn't want to have any disagreements. I'm sure he probably feels like he thinks I'm wrong all the time and just lets me win. Maybe.
Guaranteed.
How though? How I'm like actually right all the time. This is a hard one for me.
I can see the problem in the relationship. I know you two very well.
And he like laughs at me. He's like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
That's almost the worst though, because you're like, no, I want to hear you say it.
Say it.
He'll
What's
straight
that
up-
movie?
he's
Say
like,
it, bitch. Where she's like, where she's like, the one time at band camp,
American Pie.
American Pie. Remember where she's like, say my name, bitch.
Yeah, I would be like, I'm never saying it. I'm not saying it. Okay, romantic horror stories.
Oh God.
Okay,
Remember
I have
that?
one. Okay, what?
Remember that one time we were in Vegas for a trade show?
Yeah,
Well, I was dating
that one time. Remember that one of those?
that one time
400
I was
times?
dating that narcissist,
Yeah.
and he was like the most brutal person ever. Like,
Was he there?
no.
Okay.
So we were there, and he said we weren't really getting along at the time. Shocker. And he's like, well, pretty much F you because I sent you flowers to your hotel room. It's
He's
like
being
passive
passive-aggressive.
aggressive. And I was like, Donnie, he sent me flowers. So I call down to the front desk. I'm like, oh, there should be flowers there for me. There's nothing. I check with like the bellboy. We go to the trade show on Valentine's Day. I come back. There's still nothing in my room. So I call down to the front desk again. They're like, sorry, Mrs. Edmondson, there are definitely no flowers here for you. And I'm like, that little shithead didn't send them and said
How
he
mean
did,
is
and
that?
has me asking around for them like a desperate woman. I was so livid.
That is so much more awful than just not sending them.
I agree.
right?
Like, at that point, he should have sent flowers and been considerate about Valentine's Day, because obviously that was a factor that he even brought that up.
Yeah.
But to say it and get you searching and like asking people,
So
I think
awkward.
I called 4 times.
oh, and like you
Donnie's
had that.
like, stop calling.
They were like, desperate woman in 40B
No, but
again.
send her up some ice cream.
At that
Someone
point,
buy
you
this
still had
woman
that
flowers.
smidgen of hope for the relationship. You're like, this small chance that he did actually do that.
I always want to see the best in people, and that's
Me
like
too.
part of a fault of mine. But yeah, for sure, there was like a little bit in my heart that had hope that like he actually had, but no, guaranteed sure didn't. And
Okay, remember that time I got ghosted on Valentine's Day by my current partner?
Oh, I was like, haven't you pretty much been with Ev since in utero?
Yeah, but okay, it was like our first Valentine's Day together, and we'd only been together for like a few months, and it was like the awkward. It was actually, sorry, maybe like we were on and off for like a couple years, and then we were on in my mind. But he's like, it was awkward. Like, it wasn't like we were super comfortable together to like really he obviously didn't want to celebrate Valentine's Day with me. So he told me it was really easy to just tell me he was going out of town. I talked to him on Valentine's Day. I talked to him that night.
when did he tell you the truth? Oh, he's calling again.
Oh, it wasn't until the next year that he's like, okay, the truth is last Valentine's Day, I was not out of town. I actually just wasn't sure if we were celebrating Valentine's Day, and I wasn't sure if we were there in the relationship. And so, but he made up for it extra, and we like took me on like a really nice trip for Valentine's Day the following year.
Aww.
I mean,
But he really wants to get a hold of you.
Yeah, he's calling me. He's
calling you to say Happy Valentine's Day because he
has
loves
radar.
you.
He knows.
He knows when you're busy.
Babe, I finally picked up your present.
I was just gonna say he's actually at the store asking a question about said present.
He's like, "What size are you here?"
For the present I already bought you.
Yeah. So I got ghosted on Valentine's Day.
Oh no. I don't have a Valentine's Day horror story. I don't think.
Or like a romantic horror story. Like
Well,
where something
think
was supposed
way
to be like
back,
really
like from your Squamish days.
Oh, year 14 through 19 of dating the same person. Probably every Valentine's Day was like, blah. He was probably sleeping with my friend. Anyways, so Ryan and I, we have property on Hornby Island, and we have a cabin. And I had told Ryan forever, like, this is where I grew up. I want our kids to spend their summers there. It's so beautiful. We have 11 acres. So Tristan was like 2. I was pregnant with Kiana, and we go. And the first night we're sleeping on the pullout in the living room. My mom was just with us. She was sleeping in the bedroom, and we hear this like noise. And Ryan grabs the flashlight and shines it, and literally like Ratatouille.
I could just picture Ryan with the flashlight.
Yeah, and Ryan's not the guy that's gonna like. He's not the guy that hangs the photo or builds the thing or kills the mouse. That's not him. So he sees this mouse, and he's like, "Oh, what do you do? What are we doing?" And I was like, "There's not a mouse." And I look over, and it's literally like staring at me, and it's so fat. It's obviously been eating for a while, and we were the first ones there, so no one's been in the cabin for about 9 months.
So gross.
So we all move into the small bedroom with my mom. My mom's like air mattress deflates that night. It's just like a hot.
Why is your mom there on a romantic trip? Hold on.
Because she was coming to open the cabin to like get it ready, but my aunt and uncle are also there.
What do you mean?
Like,
people always crash their romantic trips.
it's true. This happens. Just wait, I'm crashing your wedding. It's the worst. So that next day we go out. We think it's one mouse. We buy like 10 mouse traps because we want to set them everywhere. My mom's like, I'll sleep in the living room. Don't worry. We sleep in the bedroom. Literally, Ryan just closes his eyes.
Opposed to her sleeping in the bedroom with you guys?
With her deflating mattress. I
a little
know.
spoon, you know.
It was just because we were all scared of the mouse. So she's like, it's fine. It's one mouse. That day, we went out. She bleaches the whole cabin, everything. So we set the traps, and I hear this like, and my mom goes, Ryan. And then I hear this like, Ryan. And so Ryan's like,
The traps are killing the mice.
fuck. Yep. So
Ew.
Ryan gets up, walks out. There's 3 dead mice within 15 minutes. And he's like, what is happening? So first he takes the whole trap and just throws it into the bushes because he's like, I'm not, like puts on a glove.
As would I. I would spend thousands of dollars on mice traps.
So then we go back, we lay down. I actually didn't get up. Sorry. I did nothing. I was reading a book. Ryan gets up, does the thing, walks back out. He goes back to sleep. We hear this. My mom is like, Ryan, from the other room. And Ryan's like, fuck my life. Gets out of bed, goes into and there's like one is still alive. And he's like, Karen, it's still alive. I was like, beat it with a club. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so now he's trying to open the mouse trap. My mom's like, don't kill it. He's like, they're dead. They're in mouse. Like, what? So he tries to like open the mouse trap. I've never done this, but I imagine. And all I hear is snap, snap. And it was snapping on his finger. And he was like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Anyways, he manages to get them open. throws the dead mice out in the bushes. And then I hear this again. He goes to sleep. Again.
Like, how many were
10
there?
in one night.
Like, 2 thoughts here. 1, you destroyed an entire mouse kingdom in one night. And 2, before you started this story, I wanted to see your property and I wanted to ask
Okay, but I have...
But now...
I'm
I
bringing
know.
my trailer.
Okay, so here's what happened. The mice had actually like chewed a hole through the floor underneath the fridge, and they were sending them in. Like, okay,
They didn't get into the fridge, though.
no, they were running out under the fridge. So they were running through the fridge, and that because that's where they were all caught. And so I just imagine this like mouse general, like, okay, Charlie, you're up. And Charlie runs and dies, and then he's like, we're not learning our lesson. Okay, George, you next. And he dies. And then, anyways, so we found the hole. Then after we had left, they dropped the rat poison and they did kill the whole kingdom. And there's never been a mouse problem ever.
Hold on, though.
And there's one now.
You had
There wasn't
10
one now.
mouse traps and 10 killed. I wonder if you had
Oh, no,
gotten,
sorry.
like, 25.
There was 16 killed because Ryan, remember, got rid of the mice and then set them again. And then he gave up. My mom was like, Ryan. He's like, I'm not listening. She's like, Ryan. From the other room, he's like, tell her I'm sleeping. I was like, I was pregnant, so everything was entertaining to me.
We're getting a divorce.
Yeah.
This is over.
Anyways, and then he's like, I'm never going back. I was like, he wanted to go home the next day. I was like, I promise you.
I would too.
This has never happened. So he stayed and like killed mice for 3 days. And then we left and didn't go back for about 3 years.
No kidding.
After it was proven that the mice had been killed.
Mice are like, honestly, they're probably the number one thing I'm afraid of.
Oh, yeah.
Globally?
So funny.
The top thing on
More
your
than
fear
pandemics.
list.
Yes.
My
Like,
mom's
they
voice.
just really make me squirm. Like,
Squirm.
squirm. Yeah, like spiders, I can handle that.
Ugh.
Snakes,
Nope.
whatever.
Ugh.
Honestly, mice, I could literally
you could
jump
not
out of my skin.
handle a snake.
I could a live snake, maybe not.
A rubber
There's
snake.
No way.
Probably not. They're actually pretty scary too, because they could like eat a whole person.
Oh,
Well, like
depending on the size of the
like a
snake.
big one.
Did you hear
but
what
they could
this-
crush you.
They could actually eat a whole person, like an anaconda.
Oh, yeah.
They'll
Well, I'm not
slither
going to go in
up.
the jungle.
They'll
No.
slither up. You can have like pet snakes. I don't know what they're called, pythons. And I've heard this story before where this like pet snake got out, and the person thought that it was just friendly and it wanted to snuggle with him, and it would like lie beside him at night, but it was actually measuring him to see
Oh my gosh.
how could he,
Roasted.
and it ate him.
Stop it.
There's a story out there.
If a snake is going to eat something, they lie beside it and they sprawl their body out to make sure that they are longer than
My
their
husband
subject.
is now calling me.
Yeah, they know we're talking about them. And then they slowly consume.
So this is why I have an instinct to lie beside all my meals before I eat them. I had no...
What are you doing down there, babe?
Just
lying
measuring her
beside the
out,
spaghetti
just
and
making
meatballs.
sure.
Just making sure there's room.
That's right.
This is why I will never have a pet snake
No.
or a pet anything.
Okay, and on that note, we're going to wrap up this podcast. It has been a plethora of information.
Romantic. Sweet.
I feel like it's our less romantic podcast, actually.
I feel like it's like the realism of romance.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
My
well,
husband does do really sweet things for me all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, we'll just talk about those on normal days.
Yeah.
Not just when we're like supposed to.
Yeah.
On the one day a year. You're supposed to show your spouse loved one.
Yeah, we're going to do the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to show them no love today.
Yeah. It's not even answer their calls all day.
That's right.
I've
Let's not even
ignored
talk
2
to them.
since we've been
I'm
here.
going out of town right now.
You're going out of town. We're all going on a podcast trip. Sorry.
Gotta go.
Let's just stay
Bye.
here and drink mimosas all day.
All right, where you guys know where to find us. Please rate, leave us a review, a good one. We really like reviews. That would be awesome. And follow us at Style for the Priv and at Priv Talks Podcast. Thank you guys for coming and sharing your personal stories, Karen and Zai.
Anytime.
Anytime.
You're so welcome.
Thanks, Katie.
And Katie. Oh, Katie got forgotten about again.
You've been on all of them so far, so it's like...
Thanks for sharing the story about Gone Country. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
thank you for sharing the Gone Country
Don't
story.
edit it out. Or
Totally editing it out.
No.
No.
Okay. Bye,
bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you love PRIV Talks podcast, please rate and review. Then DM us a screenshot of your review with your address to @PRIV Talks podcast so we can send you a free gift. Also, we want to keep the conversation going, so please join us on Instagram and get into our private Facebook group where we can chat and stay connected. Thank you so much. See you next time.